we get through the shock of the pregnancy, and then what happens?
Then after that, my pregnancy really hit home. My body made me realize I'm really pregnant because I had this thing called hyperemesis gravidarum, which means you throw up consistently. It's like all day, every day, no matter what you try, you throw up. And they gave me every form of pill. They gave me IVs in the hospital, and it just didn't get better. And then I had a scare of losing her. I started to bleed, and it was like, yeah, her sac that she was in tore a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
So it was just a lot from the hyperemesis, and it was like all the pressure from your stomach is putting pressure on the baby. So it was just a crazy experience in time with that part of my pregnancy. And I'm just, blessed and grateful to God that he pulled me through and kept me through that, because that's something that you shouldn't go through alone. Whether it's spiritual or with family, you need something or someone there to help you, and God helped me through that a lot.
Who did you reach out to kind of, who did you vent to? Who did you talk to?
Well, you. I called you. I talked to my grandmother and my mom a lot about it. She had friends. I had a friend in nursing school who had a preemie, and she went through a lot of stuff in her pregnancy. So me and her had a long, depth conversation. Yeah. Everyone told me having a girl would be hard. They just said being pregnant with a girl is just gonna be a hard pregnancy. I was like, whatever. Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah, I experienced that too.
It was hard.
Not on your level.
Oh. Yeah,
it was a totally different pregnancy from my son, so I can relate to that.
You have to be mentally strong and to just deal with a lot of that stuff.
So when I know at one point you basically had to just be in the hospital.
Yes.
When did that start?
I was 27 weeks. Me and my grandma went shopping at Costco's. And that whole day before that, I went to do blood work. But when I was getting my blood work, I kept saying my back was hurting. It was just irritating, like a contraction, but just in my back. And she was like, maybe the baby just, sitting on your back, your spine or something. So I'm like, yeah, maybe so. But the pain just kept getting continuously worse. And we went and got some food, came home. I was about to bite into my taco, and my water broke. And I first, being pregnant, your baby sits on your bladder. So I'm like, maybe I just peed on myself, whatever. And I told my mom, she was like, girl, you probably just peed. I'm like, no, it won't stop. I can't stop it. And it just kept coming. And then eventually was like, no, you need to go to the hospital.
That's got to be one of the scariest things with being pregnant, is having your water break at 27 weeks.
Yes.
Because I know that they typically recommend for survival 32 weeks.
Yeah, and
that's as a preemie.
Lungs. Yes, and the baby's lungs growth is at 28. So she was a week under her lung growth period. Wow. So they was like, she might not survive if she comes. Like, it was already negative from the jump because I was 27 weeks.
Right.
And the nurse was just like, yeah, normally babies at 28 weeks have a better survival rate because their lungs are more matured. And yeah, you're 27 weeks, so we're just gonna have to watch you. But we don't know.
Here we are, 27 weeks, and your water broke.
And I'm freaking out.
And you're freaking out.
Yes.
And your water's broken. You're in the emergency room. And what does the doctor tell you? What did they decide to do?
The doctor decided to keep me because, of course, my water broke and they didn't want me to go home. Right. And with that, when any female's water break, you're high risk for infection. So their main concern for me was keeping me from getting an infection. So they automatically put me on bed rest.
Okay.
And
so the baby, you didn't go into labor, right?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I was in labor. I was contracting, and they had to give me Pitocin.
Okay.
And then I forgot the other med they gave me, but they gave me something else to stop my contractions completely, so that I wouldn't dilate, because I wasn't even dilated. It just the contractions kept going. So they ended up stopping my labor. They put me in my little room and everything, and like just getting there, honestly, my faith was automatically tested, because now, like I said again, it's why God am I here? Why is my baby trying to come so soon? And I was blaming myself, because I'm like, maybe did I do this wrong? Did I do this wrong? Was I walking too much? So it was just a phase of being scared, feeling like I didn't have God on my side, because it was like, why am I here once again?
Right.
And the doctors came in and they told me their fears. She might not make it. I can get an infection and all that. So they automatically put me on antibiotics. They gave me steroids for her lungs to build her lungs up.
Right.
And I was fine the first day. And then it was the second day where everything just really got real. And I got depressed.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't think I could be here for all these days. But the only thing that really kept me going was knowing, like, the longer you stay, the better your daughter's survival rate will be.
Right.
So that was the battle I was facing.
Because at this point, like, there's no guarantees that she's even going to be okay.
No. And they sent the pediatric doctor in. And she was the most negative of negative. But I could understand she was just trying to prepare me for whatever would come my way. But it was just never 1 ounce of positivity. It was just like, she could come out with this type of problem. She could come out with that type of problem.
What types of problems did they tell you she would have?
Her growth could be stunted. She wouldn't breathe on her own. She would have to be on breathing machines. Her brain development growth would probably be stunted, which that scared me the most. And the fact that she just could die was the one that really made me just cry. Because who wants to think of their unborn child dead before your child is even born? So just all that negative stuff really pushed me to want to stay, but it was still a battle to stay.